I saw a video from the One More Time podcast.
One More Time.
They have really good content if you are an artist watching this and you're interested in growing your music empire or just understanding more about the music spiel, right?
Okay.
Be more knowledgeable about this. But they did this thing where they ranked 12 music marketing strategies, and I felt like that might be kind of a cool thing for us to talk about on this.
Okay.
So, and also because everybody sitting at this table has decades upon decades of experience, especially if we added it all the way up.
Years.
Music and promotion and tools and artistry and shows and everything, labels and everything,
Marketing,
all things
that
considered,
stuff.
right?
We've all done a lot of things.
Yes, indeed.
A lot.
Facts.
So let's do, are you guys familiar with like the tier lists? So it's like the S tier is like the super tier.
Yeah.
It's like, yes, that's absolutely. And then it's like A, B, C, D.
No,
Maybe just A, B, C, D, and D.
I follow this guy that does it with video games all the time.
Okay. Either way.
But S tier means it's goated, basically.
We'll put D at the bottom.
Okay.
Right? Okay.
All right.
So number one, then there's no necessarily any order to these, but
Mhm.
the first one is playlisting campaigns. How important is this for music marketing for musicians and things of that nature? D?
So
No.
So S, A, B, C, D. I'm just playing them in my mind. Okay.
Like the alphabet.
I honestly, personally,
Don't do that long.
right now, I don't feel like that a playlist is important.
Yeah.
You're in your 40s.
I would also
yeah.
agree. I'd also agree. I think it's probably D as well. I'd put that at the bottom of the barrel of something that I don't think artists should do.
I don't think it is as relevant as it was, but I also do not think it is, expired. So I would probably say,
What experience do you have with playlisting campaigns?
well, I'll just go off what I see when I go through Spotify.
Talking about Rap Caviar, the stuff like that.
I know those are the records that people consistently listen. I only listen to the radio, but I know whenever
That's
I
not
talk
radio.
to what I'm saying. No, I know it's not radio, but what I'm saying is I know that whenever I talk to younger people or running to little cousins or whatever, they talk about these lists like this is where the records are. That's my reference point because I don't know anything else other than what the youngins could say because they pay attention to these lists.
Gotcha.
So I'm not gonna say there was a time where that was the play. So I think it's.
You think it's higher than D?
I do. It's higher than D for sure.
Can I explain So do I. why I don't?
Sure.
A little bit. So I kind of feel like people find a song and then their algorithm will build around that song to where they don't have to go to a playlist to listen to something that somebody curated for them to listen to. So like say I listened to the Jill Scott that came out last week.
Mm-hmm.
After that goes off, something is going to start playing that is related to that. And I can just go down that rabbit hole that's pretty much suited for me personally because I've built an algorithm in this app. It knows what I like versus me going and listening and wanting to hear whatever somebody made for this playlist.
There's a caveat that I need to mention here. A playlisting campaign means an artist is spending money
To promote.
to be on a playlist.
Mm-hmm.
That's the other piece.
Which I think they do in terms of like it's been documented that a lot of these people are putting paper up to get on some of these playlists.
I kind of feel like it's been being phased out.
I have so many questions though.
Sure.
Like about this. I mean, we're only one deep. Apologies.
No, you're good. No.
But who are they talking to with this list? Like, who is the audience?
Mm-hmm.
And
What do you mean? Like,
who is this list directed at? I mean, who are they trying to teach?
I think
number
it's
one.
a younger
number
audience.
two.
it's musicians.
Okay.
Right.
And then,
This is based upon them talking to.
So any musician.
Right. And this is just our take on this, right?
So then I would say almost. I mean, I know we're only one deep here, but I would have to say that while playlisting does not apply to me, it would not be something I do.
Sure.
You would have to ask the artist, what's your goal, right? And if you're trying to attract 15-year-olds to listen to your stuff, it's a great play, because that's who cares, is listening to this. If that's not who you're going after, if you're looking for somebody who's got spendable capital, who's gonna like buy your record later, it's probably not important.
Sure.
I use it sometimes. So like if I'm trying to find new music to DJ,
right,
I will go to playlists in whatever subgenre or subgenre, whatever, gig.
See if you can find something in there.
That's what I'm talking about. There you go.
Man, I had no idea. There's like 400 more artists in this subgenre that I had no idea. Do the people I'm playing to know? As well.
Sure.
So I mean, I guess I've used it personally in that regard, but if you have a finite amount of money, maybe that's not the best idea. But if your end user audience is younger people, and this is all they know on how to find new music, and they're not patient enough to wait for the algorithm to give them the sounds like Jill Scott,
right?
Then that's a great idea. But the idea is that you're trying to spend this money in order to make money.
Sure. Which is the piece
the hope
too.
would be there's enough streams to get your fraction of a cent,
which is not going to be the case
over and over and over and
most
over.
likely.
So,
yeah, I think I'm putting my money all on me versus being in the mix of a whole bunch of other people. But I do want to, Jackson, are you plugged in?
Yeah.
Okay, so coming from somebody that's of the generation of playlists, so to speak, how do you feel about playlisting?
Me personally, I don't even make my own playlists. And so, no, I don't personally go to other playlists or whatever. And I agree on what Sean is saying about there's no need to pay to be in a playlist because you're just going to be in the world of the whole audience and the whole entire world. You're not like trying to locate a specific audience. So
let's keep it moving just for the second time.
Good job.
Okay.
Number 2, signing with a record label.
Z. Yeah, Z.
Well, so that can be either.
Again, a lot of this is depending on who the artist is too.
because
right?
it can this actually can be either high tier or low tier. It could be S or it could be D or F or whatever we're rating it. Because if somebody's looking to get on a record label specifically for that imprint, then it would be D or F, the lowest tier. If you're looking for distribution, it would be S. Because if in today's day and time with music, you can do all of this stuff on your own. Record labels are literally looking at you specifically. Okay, this guy already has a following. We already know that he's going to be able to sell this, that, and the other. We should sign him. Versus back in the day, a record label is going to help you get that. So if you're using them to just distribute your music, then I think it would be an S. But I think if you're just looking to get on a record label, it would be an F.
I think LaRussell, who actually just confirmed that he signed some form of something with
Rock
Nation. I think the brother was fine doing what he was doing. I really do. I think he was exactly where he was supposed to be. He grew this organically from the ground up. He brings.
He didn't sign a label deal. He signed a distribution deal.
Okay, the distribution is cool. I'm not mad at that, but
because he turned down the label deal, I believe.
He turned it down. Fam has been doing so well by doing what we know of him because of what he built.
But you have to actually look at it too. So he said that. I mean, you saying you feel like that. We feel like he's been doing a good job. He literally said once he signed his distribution deal, his music radio wise, I know a lot of us don't agree with how important radio is, but it still brings in consumers. He said it shot up so crazy just based off of that.
Which I'm not mad at, but
and those are people that don't know who he is.
No, which is dope because obviously the job of a distribution deal is to expose you to a new audience that you would not have had access to. That's cool. But I'm just saying there's a percentage that has to be chopped down when these new people come in. And I feel like he was taking 100% of his profits based off what he built. That's all. That's basically the difference. Like you can still get the audience and then good for him because I think he dope. But I just love the way he built it. That's all. But I'm happy for him. At least he ain't take the label deal and took just distribution. To me, that's smart. Like that shows that he's smart.
What do you think, Andy?
I think that it depends on what you're using as your yardstick. What is your measure of success? I think that if you can do it all on your own, if you can afford to press your own physical product, if you've got the wherewithal, if you've got a good attorney, if you've got a good bookkeeper and an accountant, who can show you the way, so you're not doing it yourself. Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, do it. Handle your business. I mean, there's nobody who knows your vision better than you.
Yeah.
Right. If your measure of success is to also tour and have tour support.
Yeah.
If your measure of success is to have distribution beyond what you're able to do yourself.
Yeah.
Besides direct to customer from your website.
Which is why LaRussell signed his deal.
It's going to afford him opportunities he absolutely positively never would have been able to do himself.
And I'm not mad at that. To Terry's point, I'm not mad at that.
You know, I mean, look who books the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean,
And look who performed outside the Super Bowl this year, LaRussell.
True.
Yeah.
There it is. There it is. And so I think it has everything to do with what your measure of success is. How are you going to, pull out your yardstick and figure out, what do I want to do with my career? And if you're making enough of a living by doing it yourself and doing direct customer, and you've got a really good Bandcamp, you should only consider that label route if you really want to, like, okay, I'm going to let other people take larger cuts of the money that comes in, but we're going to be talking like commas.
Yeah.
But this is also why, again, so we're looking at this from the marketing strategy. These are people that don't want to do any of this themselves. Like, if you don't want to do your own marketing,
or you're tired of doing it yourself,
or you don't even know where to start, or you've been led astray,
sure,
then that's a really good point. I mean, that also changes everything. Where you're like, I am an artist.
Yeah.
Here's what I know how to do.
Mm-hmm.
Record myself doing something amazing.
Yeah.
Here's what I don't know how to do. Everything else.
Yeah. Then you find a good label.
Then you find someone who shares that vision and has that apparatus in place.
It can be beneficial.
And
it can be beneficial.
Your point, it goes to what your level of success actually is. So, like, you can aspire to eventually become a stadium style artist, or you might like to do smaller venues.
Yeah.
That might just be where you're at. I never want to do a stadium. I would rather tour around the U.S. or America, period, doing smaller style venues and have a cool personal life with myself and my family, and I'm still making a living.
But
and that's just where I'm at.
How do you avoid getting ripped off? How do you know? A lot of it's school of hard knocks.
Yeah.
Well, it's going to happen. It's going to happen.
But if you have people in your corner and a label will help facilitate that, then you can do small clubs the rest of your life and make a comfortable living with that label in your corner. I mean, like, there are just so many terrible stories of people getting ripped off by labels, but then there are also just so many amazing success stories.
It's who you select.
Mid-tier artists who spend their whole lives as a mid-tier artist, and they're perfectly happy with giving away whatever percentage just because, hey, I get to get up again and I get to do another show.
What I love,
right? And so it. But to put that in your list of things that is like on my to-do list for marketing,
sure.
I think you're right. It depends on, like, what's your knowledge base, what's your ability.
I think that one is the only one that I can think of that is definitively, it's either super high or super low.
Yep.
I
absolutely agree.
So we can move on unless you have anything specifically to say. Jay, I'll come to you first on this one.
Okay, that's no problem.
PR press runs. How good is that for marketing for an artist?
I would say D, just because at this point, with the advent of social media, you're already your PR and your press. So to actually hire, I mean, yes, at a certain level, you're going to need to have those professional people, but I look at an artist like Glorilla. Her first look, basically, it was the rawness of FNF, and the fact that she didn't have that training that made her likable. Everybody's not going to be that.
Yeah, it was just a virality for her.
Yeah, because I always say that, for wherever you think Glorilla is now, because, she did sign a major label deal with Yo Gotti and his situation.
CMG.
Yeah. So, but when she first came out, like, I guarantee you there were program directors that were upset at having to play her record because it wasn't bought and paid for. It was something that was so viral and it was so connected with the people that
they didn't have a choice.
They had no choice. And so they had to play this record that wasn't walked in by anybody.
Let me ask you guys this question. Andy, you probably get these emails. Terry, I don't know if you still get them, but like, I still get emails from people like press related stuff from time to time.
Yeah,
I don't remember the last time I opened one of those emails.
I never opened that shit. Yeah.
I mean, maybe it's me being a bad, media person for a long time, but for a long time too, like if you sent me an unsolicited email and then you didn't go through the correct channels, I would just ignore that shit too.
I feel like PR and press runs have taken on a different leg on its own in today's state. I know we had talked about how well the Clips did their PR and press run coming off of the having a 15-year hiatus. You got what's his name? Kendrick's cousin,
Keem.
Baby Keem. His press run right now leading up to his album coming out is actually on a whole nother level. They got a website like people used to have back in the day that you can click on. He's got like a documentary and all kinds of shit.
Smart.
People pay attention to that type of stuff now.
J. Cole was on a good one too.
Yeah, J. Cole had a very good. He's literally still doing it because he's selling albums out of his trunk of his car. That's a PR run. Essentially,
ASAP's new record.
Yeah,
he did the whole run. Went on the late night shows.
Yeah. I personally, I would probably rate like a PR press run as like a B
or C.
Yeah, because like I personally still think that it's important that an artist shows their face and shows their connectivity and how they're still, you know what I'm saying, touchable to the mass public or their fans as far as their music is concerned. And it shows that they care, essentially, versus just throwing some shit out there. Everybody can't be a Kendrick and drop an album at the drop of a hat and everybody's going to pay attention to it.
You're absolutely right. I mean, it's a low barrier for entry, though. I mean, if you spend a little bit of money,
just a little bit,
on some real press, then, sure, we'll get the emails that we don't open, but we
every once in a while
we read the title of the email.
Yeah, every once in a while
we
I do
now
click
know
on
that person's name.
Yeah,
and so when we see them later, you're like, oh, that rings a bell.
That's very true, because I will see it, at least, even if I don't open them, I'll see the title of it, and I still get emails from the guy in Bandcamp all the time for the last 10 years. Like every time something new drops. So
all day,
Tyler the Creator is another perfect example.
Yep.
What about radio and DJs? So let's say FM clubs, regional, pushing music through a DJ, trying to go through the radio station, things of that nature.
I think that depends on the age
Mike's
of the consumer.
Shaking his head.
It depends on the age of the consumer as far as radio is concerned.
Well, again, we're not talking about from the consumer. We're talking about for an artist that's trying to,
I mean, some artists, their goal is to get on the radio. Because
that's their measure of success.
Their measure of success is getting on the radio. So, like, as far as importance,
will it help their career?
I would probably say a C. Because we just had a discussion about Nas, who never has been a radio artist.
At one point, but
he had like songs here and there.
Yeah.
But as far as his success is deemed, he is not a radio artist at all.
Right, but Nas was still plugged with the DJs that was moving his records around.
With the DJs.
Now, it may not have been on a national scale, but his records still were still floating around, but through the DJs that knew him.
Well, see, this kind of goes hand in hand with being on a label at that point in time. So that label was still producing music. Oh
man.
That label was still producing music videos for him that are going to be shown on MTV and BET. So like we're in a different stage now where the artists, their video goes straight to YouTube. It doesn't go to a main channel anymore. So like when it comes to radio and DJs, I would probably give that a C.
In 2026, and I know I don't think he streams anymore like he used to, but take me to Kai Cenat and have him play a record for me on this stream over any of this shit. I'll take that.
Yeah,
100%. I'll take that 100% over radio, DJs, all that. Let me get one of these kids on this stream on TikTok, these TikTokers. I would do that. To me.
I mean, as a DJ, I appreciate a couple of. There have been some songs I've gotten where artists have sent it to me, and I've been really appreciated.
Be clear, because I'm one of those people. So I'm old, but I still respect the DJ.
There's a but.
Yeah,
right?
I got
so,
you.
So on one hand, I'm really appreciative.
Yeah,
that are like, oh, this is amazing. And
yeah,
I got a VIP. That's great.
Yep.
But what I don't see anymore lately are people on the dance floor holding up Shazam, trying to figure out what
that's a good call. That's a good call.
Obviously, the artist has sent me the DJ the track because they want it played out, right? And I'm still thankful for that, because it's yet another way for me to throw in new music instead of same old sets. But again, something I've seen over the years are people who are people who are out on the dance floor with their phones trying to figure out what the record is.
Yeah.
So I don't know what impact it has anymore. So whereas maybe a few years ago I would have said it's a B, we're starting to get into C and D territory just because people don't have.
Because y'all know. So trust me, y'all.
It used to be like it was a big deal to have a DJ play out.
I still Shazam songs here and there. Like if I'm out and I hear a song, I'm like, "What is that?" I'll Shazam it.
But is that like a DJ thing? Is that like a music head thing?
Yeah, it's train spot.
Yes,
we're train spot. We train spot each other, and that's the thing. But I'm talking about like people on the dance floor who are like, "Ooh, this is new. This is great." And that happens less and less.
Yeah.
So are we still kind of in the radio realm, and what does that mean?
Radio and DJ realm.
If you are, I've used this name just for shits and giggles. If you're a young school shooter, you still are like, hey, I want to be on the radio.
Columbine Kyle.
And you still want
brilliant.
You still want to come and sit down with B Swift or whoever, and shout out to B Swift, that's my man. And you still want to have that exposure in that realm because you want people to get to know you and to, get to know your music. I watched the Jill Scott interview on The Breakfast Club, and I guarantee you on Power 105, they're not playing any of your records. Like, she's doing a press run for them to actually have an interview with her that's going to be disseminated through all sorts of media. And it's not about like, hey, let's play this new song from Jill's. They're not up there to really talk about her music and to expose people to her music. Like, there's so many different ways that radio is useful to different tiers of artists.
That's fair.
And it's there are some artists who are like, yo, break my record, do this, that, and the third. Some people just want to say, hey, because they understand the power of social media, they understand what YouTube is, this new Netflix situation. And I talked about it offline with you guys on the meeting last night about how, like, I was probably going to get rid of Netflix, but I have a value for the interviews on The Breakfast Club, and so I want to see what Jill Scott has to say for an hour because I want to hear from someone who is my favorite artist. Now, she's not going up there because they think they're going to play her records. She's going up there because, hey, this is going to be a certain level of exposure for me as an artist.
You're talking about you're not talking about radio. We're talking about radio play. We're not talking about
just radio exposure.
No, we're talking about radio play, playing your music on the radio, playing DJs.
So we'll take it back to young school shooter or young whoever. Young school shooter still needs that radio play because we don't know.
Think so at all.
He don't need it.
We don't know him.
He don't need
NBA
radio.
Young Boy ain't on the radio.
Okay,
radio
ain't
doing anything for anybody. I don't think.
I'll find out about him quicker on one of these streams than I would on the radio.
You know what? You're right, because I've brought this point up before when I've said that, hey, radio is late to everybody who's popping.
Exactly.
Like, there are people who are quote unquote top tier program directors who still don't really know about the appeal of someone like an NBA Young Boy. So I have to pivot on that because, like, you're right. Quite honestly, like, when a program director finds out about it, because program directors just like I talked about last week, how, certain people aren't cool anymore. If you're a program director, you're not cool.
Fair enough.
You don't have, you are somebody you are a bean counter who just happens to work in a radio station.
Say that.
Yeah, I'd say that's probably CD, probably D for me. I don't know.
I gave it a C.
I mean, I think there's something to be said about even knowing as many DJs as I do. I think it's cool to give DJs that I know my music, but at the same time, when I think about the return of what that's actually going to potentially do, I don't know if it's super high.
We're not breaking any records in Indianapolis,
It's
Indiana.
it's not a thing anymore.
Yeah, like
that.
even in the blog era, when I was playing songs out to hit people to certain shit, they still didn't grasp it until
somebody else
liked it from somewhere else. So it's like, definitely when it comes to regionality, yeah, it's different. Yeah.
Let's keep it moving here. Spotify in-app promo tools, marquee, showcase, discovery mode. It's essentially paying to appear in these things.
And Spotify,
once again, you're paying Spotify to get people to
this is Z tier. I'm just gonna say, don't do this.
Bottom.
Don't ever do that.
That one's easy.
Number 6, influencer marketing, creator seeding, user-generated content. Essentially, paying influencers to incorporate music within, their content.
F.
You think that's
me.
SD?
I think it's top tier.
I think it
I think
depends.
it's A or B and growing.
Yeah, I would probably say B.
But it's dangerous.
I think it
because
depends
then
on
you
what
gotta
it
be
is.
like okay with your music possibly being aligned with unsavory characters.
Yeah.
To your point, though, you have to do the research as to who you're going to align yourself with. If you have 10 content creators that are top tier, that check off all the boxes for who you are and what you represent, I'm doing that 100%.
So I think it depends on what this is. If it's seeding in the sense of like playing the music underneath something or something like an intro music song or something like that, I don't think that that's very high.
So versus a feature where we're actually talking about the record.
That's different.
That's different.
All right, so I'm going to give you an example. Like Joe
That's different.
Budden does a situation where he introduces people to songs that they may not have known or heard.
Yeah.
I think he
Sleepers.
kind of takes that. I think he takes that initiative on his own to introduce people to that. And with his position as far as being a streamer and podcaster, I think that's very
That's
important.
value. There's value there, bro.
If you're
Yeah.
paying for that, though, you're doing what Jay Moore was saying about like that's the modern payola.
Yeah, but I mean,
I think what he's doing, I think is genuine. Like he hears some stuff and he's like, I think y'all
But
need
you're
to
still
listen
paying
to it.
him.
No, I don't think.
I don't
they're
think
paying
he
him
accepts
for that.
payment. I think this is a genuine act of
All
him
right,
just
so-
trying to put people on to.
So on
to
one
artists.
hand,
But we're talking about from
awesome. But
from
we
the-
are talking about budgeting for
the perspective of them.
that pay to play.
Okay.
Oh, be clear. Now, if it was a,
This is marketing tool.
Yeah.
if I had the budget and there was 5 creators that I knew had a great following that didn't steer off too far away from my brand and what I do, and I had the budget,
All
I'm
day.
paying them.
Yeah,
100%.
it
In
depends.
today's era, I'm paying them.
Well,
And
you
then
end up
like
in a-
different tiers of expense. If it's
Sure.
something playing in the background and it says your name and the track at the bottom.
Yep.
If it's
versus
a
a full-on
feature or some is being featured in some way, that's even better.
Either way, I still
Yeah.
stand by what I say. It's A or B right now, and it's only getting
Because that's still
more important.
beneficial.
I would probably be around B.
B?
B or A.
I like it.
Like if it's underneath, it just depends on like how much it is, But if it's just like here's my music for your intro, but we don't really say anything about it.
100%
But
of
if
my
the-
son's favorite songs have come from content creators.
So, but if the content creator says, "Y'all check out Lil Young's School Shooter,"
then it
I'm
goes
gonna
up
put a
higher.
link. I'm gonna put a
Then it
link
goes
on in
higher.
the bio when we get off. You can't. That's priceless.
And
in today's era,
it
that's
also
priceless.
it also depends on the influence because if it's Mr. Beast saying just with a song in there and it's just just in the description,
yeah.
well that's like 100 million people potentially looking at a description as opposed to 100,000 views where somebody says somebody's name. I think
That's
I might take
true too.
I might take Mr. Beast just sticking it in the
I would take
description.
that.
You know what I mean?
I would take that. Yeah.
So
it's so important.
yeah.
I would take
And
that.
I mentioned 100% of all my son's favorite songs are from content creators, YouTube, etc.
Yeah.
And his parents are DJs who own a record store.
Right. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
crazy. That's
He has everything
crazy.
at his
So
at his
that-
fingertips.
He has
I mean,
everything.
But he's on
the
YouTube.
amount of records, tapes, and CDs that he has access to on a daily basis is a large
Different.
number. And
that's
he
crazy.
has advantages that
He don't even know how he got
no
it.
other kid.
He has a hell of a starter kit. We'll just say
He
that.
does.
He
but
has a hell of a
doesn't-
starter kit.
But that's not how he consumes.
Music.
I want to
music.
add another thing
And that's
to
why
that
I'm
too.
saying it's only getting more and
I
more
get it.
important.
I get it.
And that's
Yeah.
why you said it's S tier.
Yeah.
It is 2026.
That's all I'm saying.
I think it's
Now,
2026.
I'd agree
I
with that.
still make a living
Yeah.
DJing and selling physical media.
I ain't mad at you.
So it's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
But I am also very clear that all the things that I've done in the music industry up till now, none of it is relevant anymore.
Yeah.
All of this is changing so quickly, and now we also, as artists, have to compete with AI.
Yeah.
Like this is like things aren't bleak, because the ability for anybody on this planet to get online and hear our music, anything that we're doing or creating, that's amazing. There are billions of people out there.
Jump in, bro.
I want to add TV shows and things of that nature to it as
syncs
well.
are
Because like
very important.
there's shows that you listen to, somebody has curated the music for that show. And for example, I've went and created playlists off of certain TV shows that I've heard.
Here's what I'll
Because
say
it's the
about
first
that.
place I
I've
heard
done
music.
as well.
Here's what I'll say about that, though. And the reason why I don't think we should dive into it, that is not something that is easily accessible to new music people. You have to have a sync agent, or you have to have, and it's hard to find a sync agent, and then you have to find somebody who's competent at it. That's not something that a regular musician can just go and do necessarily.
Still, though, I mean, we were
Very
talking
sure,
about
it's great.
freaking Tony Hawk earlier.
Yeah.
I
No,
mean, those-
it's great if you have that
Th-
connection,
those
but this is
songs,
something I've been
everybody
trying.
know those songs.
This is something I've been
Yeah.
trying to do for my entire music career, and I still haven't been able to find.
It's
like,
so
a reason.
hard,
It's
man.
like,
Brian
it's-
Holler at Dead Silence. He gets a lot of placement.
he's got the right connections,
Yeah.
right? For what
And
it
shout
did,
out to him.
for what it
Yeah.
was, right?
Oh, facts.
But what I'm saying is like this is not marketing. This is like the next level of something. And I'm not saying I've had placements,
Mhm.
but it's
That shit is damn near
this is not
impossible.
this is not
It's
marketing.
not step 1 or 2.
No.
It's step 10.
It's
Not
like
at all.
exactly. It's like
Yeah.
maybe
Step
even beyond it.
110.
But yes, that is good if you can do
yeah,
that.
Terry,
Cherry right though, because I
got it
pulled
right.
some music from Bel Air's soundtrack. That
And
was
it's just-
crazy.
And it goes along with this. Like it's just like, if it's a big influencer and they're using music behind it, somebody might be like, "What song is that?" In YouTube videos that I've uploaded, people are like, "What is that beat? What is that track?"
No, and my
Bro,
son
I
will
found-
bring me over and say, well,
Listen.
Shazam, whatever they're playing right
Yeah.
now.
I found a lot of dope music that
Insecure.
I used at Wine After
Yeah.
Work off of Insecure and other TV shows like that.
Bel
Insecure.
Air's soundtrack is crazy.
Yeah.
I remember Insecure. I remember at one point, whoever was the music curator for Scandal
Raphael
was
Sadiq
crazy.
was
Come on. Did a
Insecure.
great job.
Yep.
Number 7, paid ads,
Mm.
Meta, YouTube, things of that nature.
That's important.
TikTok,
That's S tier.
probably.
I think it's S tier. If
It's
it's like
gotta be.
if it's an
Yeah,
event.
it is. As
If
much
it's
as I
an
hate
event,
it, yes,
you
it's
get
S tier.
what you pay for.
Yeah, it's S tier.
Yeah, you get what
I feel
pay
like
for.
you have to have something though. Like it
You
has
have to have an ad budget.
Yeah.
If you do these for number 7, if you do them consistently, I think it yields something.
You have to have money.
consistently to
Yeah,
pay
yeah,
it
yeah.
month over month or whatever the time frame is. I think there's something there for
That's,
sure.
Lil Russell did that.
Yeah.
Lil Russell's very good at spending money on his stuff, and that's why people know him. 'cause
Yeah, that's
he-
important.
So
Hey, you get what you pay for.
that one was easy.
Yeah.
This one is interesting. It's called clip flooding. It's a strategy of essentially creating a bunch of accounts adjacent on social media and just flooding them out there with clips of your music of even if they're from fake accounts and stuff like that, and just trying to draw awareness through just massive amounts of clips and
I
shit.
think that's a good way to get slapped.
Yeah, I don't know
I
about
would
that
probably
one.
say a C or a D on that
Think
one.
of it like
Yeah.
maximizing your lottery tickets because more people are seeing it.
I don't know if I like that one long. That's more
But
of
then
a
you
C.
have people like, I don't like being spammed with shit. And
Yeah.
It's almost like
Yeah.
I can tell what spam
That's what I'm
is.
saying.
So I wouldn't be interested in it based off of that alone.
Yeah.
So that's why I would rank that lower, like CD. Because like I hate if somebody does something, they tag a whole bunch of people, me,
Yeah, it's
myself
dirty.
included.
Yeah.
Like I changed my settings to where if somebody ats everyone or highlight, I don't get that because I don't want it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you didn't ask to co-sign.
Exactly.
I look at this as extremely top of the funnel to where like you're like you can grab people's attention because if you flood it the right way, enough people will see it. But I feel like there's no conversion from there to the next piece because there's no personality there. It's just like
Well,
here's
it's,
this thing.
You're firing buckshot and you're
It's just
trying to see what it
exactly.
hits.
So
Yeah.
I feel like you can reach a lot of people that way, but I don't see a lot of conversion in
doesn't
that.
stick.
But like Terry was saying, and how I feel too, is that when our eyeballs do hit it,
Sure.
we're grossed out by it.
Same. I am too. But
no, thank
so
you. I'm not going to listen to you because of that.
So it could have the adverse effect essentially if somebody can. So
at least with us,
I think I agree with you guys. I think that's kind of a low D tier, D or F tier. Plus, it takes a massive amount of time to make all this stuff. Like, just spend that time into making money and spending them on ads or something. Number 9, audience swapping, collabs, features, remixes, things of that nature.
I would say A tier.
Yeah, I agree.
I think this is between the S and the A.
I think it's, I think I agree with you. It's between S and an A.
This is between the S and A because I always look at remixes and, collaborations, with, especially if it's someone that I know, that kind of takes the guard down. I don't have to learn the person or whatever, but we swap audiences. So I get a chance to be in front of said person's audience and it's genuine. Everything.
I'd probably
say
A. I'd probably lean towards A.
Look, you know how many people Drake has introduced me to?
There you go.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. It's the same thing.
It's organic too.
It's organic. It's very organic.
But it works on so many levels. It works like if you're a touring artist, I'll book you a show here and support, and you do it for me in your town.
Yeah.
Come on out.
It's the same
swapping.
It's the same idea.
Yeah.
I think
I'm gonna get you a bag in your city, and we're gonna get on out of here. Yeah.
Yep.
I think that's definitely between S and A.
You make friends, hopefully.
Yeah.
And I think it's.
Yeah, this has been done in the industry for the longest time. A lot of the features you see is like you'll see them on this song and then you'll see them on this song.
Right.
That's just what it is. Number 10, relationship marketing. DMs in real life, meeting people, direct relationships with your audience.
Meet and greets, if you will.
Potentially.
I would say probably B.
You think?
Because just with social media in general, if you're able to catch somebody that you're interested in, or if you're in the area, then, you know what I'm saying, you're going to do it, but you're still going to consume the material regardless if you were able to get there and meet them personally.
I think Currency is the prime example of this one because he connected with his fans. He can go anywhere and sell out a venue. It's not going to be a stadium or whatever, but they're engaged. I think what I learned is paying attention to people who pay attention to you will yield things down the road. So I don't have a problem with the DMs and stuff like that or the email list or whatever because those people feel like they're being engaged. Like you care about what I think about you. To me, that's very important.
To me, this is super S tier. This is higher
like
than
you
S tier.
have to engage with the people that actually rock with you and keep them engaged.
To me, this is the foundation of everything.
Yeah, you have to invest in them. You have to invest in them.
It kind of depends on what stage you're at in your career too.
I feel like it doesn't matter.
It don't matter, bro. I don't think it matters.
Because a lot of people like people based on them being mysterious. They're not able to get at them like that.
I don't know about that.
I feel like
it's mysterious music.
I feel like this.
Don't do that.
I personally feel like this is the direct foundation of like do it yourself, and that's where everything starts from. That's the foundation of everything. Personally,
I think this is an S. I think this is an S.
I think you've got the right idea there. And as someone who owns a record store, there are titles that we carry that I know we carry because the artists themselves walked into the store.
There you go.
And, or their team sent us a promo copy with a note.
Yeah.
That said, hey, I would really personally appreciate if you played this in the shop.
So as a store owner, that hits you different. Correct?
Well, sure. Yeah. I mean, and there are titles I've taken a chance on personally that it's because I met the artist.
That's it.
But it even goes as far as last time we were here, I told you guys the story about Chance the Rapper and his dad.
Right.
And it really came down to they didn't know what they didn't know. They don't go to record stores.
Yeah.
So they don't know the community that it is and what the physical media means when it's distributed. And it took the personal phone call.
Yeah.
And getting that meeting going and talking to Chance and talking to his dad, where I am happy and I am proud to carry that physical media in the store because I know now, I know for a fact that they are happy to have it there, and it was work, and we made it happen.
Yes,
and that kind of engagement only happened with those phone calls.
That makes sense.
So, but again, you also have to be an artist who is at all concerned with having physical media. Otherwise, you know, if you're a SoundCloud rapper, if you're a streamer, you know, and you're not concerned about having physical media, whether or not it's distributed or direct to customer, then that part doesn't really matter.
which I would say, as somebody who teaches this shit, then you probably don't care about your music career very much, depending on what you are.
Facts.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, if you're just out here just sprinkling it out, whatever you want to do, then how much do you really care?
Yeah, I guess I can agree with y'all on that.
That's just my perspective. You know, like I do believe that I think that's a great example too. But there's nothing like talking to somebody. There's nothing like connecting with people, and that's where it all comes from.
That's it, man.
It's about getting people on your team.
Yeah, like,
and
building.
those people feel better when they feel like they can
Feel better
learn.
supporting you.
There you go.
No, I feel that.
Especially if
There you go.
You know,
I'll stand corrected.
there are so many ways that we can rid ourselves of our entertainment dollar.
Yeah.
You know, work at earning it.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
Yeah. Lone and I have talked about this for years. And, you know, we can go to the next one, but it's about engaging those who are engaging with you. As simple as that.
Yeah, I like it.
Number 11, organic short form.
I actually think this is high. I think this is high.
Yeah.
I
It's
think this is
also
real
kind
high.
of career based again. Especially with us trying to build our own personal
Yeah.
You
relationships
guys
with
got-
everybody.
Yeah, I think this is high.
it's like superior because it's like you're trying to introduce yourself as you versus as a group.
Yep.
Kind of pull people in. So I would say it's superior as far as the short form content is concerned.
It's how everybody consumes right now.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's just the.
Does anybody have a good
engagement.
example of like something where like, oh, that got me?
I think
Like, who's good at it?
The
right
way
now?
that I look at it is, I don't have necessarily a good. The way that I would break this down is, short form works good in concatenation or in. LaRussell's again. We keep bringing him up. He's a great example. When you when you see LaRussell when you're scrolling on TikTok, you can be like, all right, cool. There's this guy. Then you're on Instagram, you see him again on another short form. You're starting to build that, like, okay, here's this guy on this other thing as well. Then you see him on YouTube randomly when you're scrolling. It starts to build this thing within your head. You're like, all right, this is that person, you know, like and then it grows, right? It grows down. It's again the funnel. It grows down the funnel in that particular type of way. But the reason why this is, to Terry's point, probably S tier is because this is the way that the algorithms are working right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's no way around it. Like, it's all about the difference between like the clip flooding and this is that this is organic. This is me picking up the phone and talking to you about my
It's
record,
personal.
Yeah.
as opposed to just doing that, you know, and it may take a while for that to turn into something, but I feel like that's also at the fundamental root of what the previous one about the audience swapping in relationship marketing, right? It's like you're building that, you're having conversations with people in that particular type of way. You're building it organically. You're letting people in on your life. I think they're kind of intermingled. And this is the one way right now, because of how the algorithms are set up for you, not necessarily subscriber based. That's what works. You know, you can have 118,000 subscribers as I do. And if I don't have direct connection with these people on one thing that I'm putting out, those people will not click on that video.
Mm-hmm.
But if they connect with me on another video over here, then about J. Cole, and they're super interested in that and also my take on J. Cole, then they're interested in what I have to say. But if it's just something random, they may not. So it's algorithm based, and short form plays to it, and there's no way around it regardless. And I think just off default, it has to be S tier right now if you are.
Yeah, it's 2026.
Like, you have
it's
to.
S or A tier for sure.
Yeah,
Especially, you know, it's whatever version of yourself that you want people to see of you.
exactly.
And just build that brand.
Yep.
Very important. Very important.
All right, and the last one, search-driven long-form content, YouTube, podcasting, artists making their own long-form, their own platform, and talking about it in a more long-form YouTube type of way.
I don't know how I feel about podcasts.
Yeah, me either.
I think this depends on the stage, because, you know, we did some research on developing short form and watching that grow, and then, you know, eventually leveling up to expand your content to longer form. And if you're somebody that's super established and you've already built something online, maybe long form can be beneficial to you. But if you're out the gate, it's not going to make any sense, because why would somebody come spend 8 minutes with you and they don't even know you.
It depends. I think 11 and 12 kind of work in conjunction with each other.
They can.
For example, you had Drake that was doing the whole Iceman rollout.
Mhm.
So he was doing a hour and a half long stream. Whether it was received positively or negatively by the consumer, it was still talked about. You know what I'm saying? So like, he's an artist that doesn't even need to do it, but
True.
he's still using long form media in order to kind of draw people in. This is what I'm doing. I'm riding around the city in an ice truck and this, that, and the third.
Low risk, high reward.
Exactly. So I kind of feel like it's still like A or S situation. I don't think it's anything that would hurt an artist, and I don't think it's anything that would necessarily harm the reach that they've already gained. So
I kind of look at it as in tandem with some of these other ones as well. I feel like it's part of that funnel. I feel like this is where short form kind of funnels to long form, which then funnels to your place.
Short form is the click through to the longer thing.
Yep.
You said that you put up the little provocative thing and then
Bring them over.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I also think you could also, I don't know if it goes specifically within this one necessarily, but you could talk about, to Jay's point where he was talking earlier about the influencer, like it kind of goes hand in hand. Like if you're going on a press run, but maybe it's like
that's
a
what I was
long
thinking too.
form podcast, you go talk to the podcast. Well, then the cool thing about that is, like, let's say you come on the new Old Heads, right? Like artists have a few in the past, right? And then you should take that content and you should clip it up. And,
Flip it
and put it out on yours as organic for yourself. Like you can pivot that into other things as well. And I think that's a very good approach because you're spending almost no time and money on making the content, especially if the podcasts themselves are clipping the stuff up for you.
Yeah, it's not gonna hurt what you already got going on. Like Mike Epps, for example, he goes on podcasts and he says things that he might not have articulated it the way that he wanted to. And it still drives into people coming back to see what he has to say
in
as
response,
far as his follow-up is concerned. You know what I'm saying?
Agree.
So I don't see anything wrong with that. And to your point, it goes with the PR as well. Because if artists are dropping a documentary to go in part with their release, that's still a long form sort of situation. So like, I think that's a win-win situation right there.
Yeah. Are there any ones that we should have mentioned that we didn't, that weren't on this list?
I think I kind of included the TV shows and things, media of that nature, in with one of those.
I like the list.
If you want to play shows, make a proper EPK, please.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What is EPK? What is that?
Electronic press
okay,
kit.
because I know what it is, but I just felt like there are some people out there who need to.
Yeah, again, low bar for entry. So now that I also own a venue with my wife, booking the room, I'm getting flooded with emails, which is lovely. Truly, I'm just
that's what's up.
The idea is to support artists, but I also,
need to make it easy for you.
I mean, it's like it's a low bar for entry.
It's going to make you stand out.
Truly,
especially if you got
like,
the numbers.
Who are you?
Yeah,
who are you? And can you show me some numbers? That'll help.
Insert that little boy saying, "Who are you?" on that.
I don't know what that's from.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like,
I'll hit
that little boy is crazy.
But so make an EPK. I think that was missing.
Yeah.
A decent website.
It shows that you care.
Linktree.
Some sort of presence to people to be able to find you.
Just a proper Linktree.
Some of y'all freak ass boys, you know about Linktree.
Freak boys.
Yeah. Some of y'all be following
like Donald Trump?
No, some of y'all who follow some of these so-called models, you know about a Linktree.
Oh, you talking about that to show all they little shits?
Because you can't use the other link.
Exactly.
I see.
That's not what we were initially promoting, but
freak boys,
freaky ass boys,
good
Donald Trump's. Freaky boy.
He on some other shit.
Yeah, if you can look at him and tell Jay Moore on some bullshit right now.
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
No, I'm talking about Trump on some other shit.
Oh, he always is.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'm just
100%.
saying.
I like this list though, Lone. I like this.
Yeah, this was fun.
This is dope.
I was happy that when I saw this and you were coming on, Andy, I was like, this was great for Andy discussion as well.
This is perfect, man. I like this.
Man. We went a little longer, but we can make some cool stuff out of it.
All night about marketing.
Yeah.
You don't want me to, but good.
People would get from it. I think the opposite.
Whenever we talk serious and give all this game out, they'd be like, if he says, what's your one about the whites?
Damn.
I shouldn't have said it like that.
The third world
Well,
white.
That's what I'm looking for.
when I say something about like, yeah, you got to watch out for these third world white
Yeah,
people
that'll get them,
because
man.
they're dangerous.
Yeah,
I mean,
so, I didn't mean to say
Like
the
from
whites.
Martinsville?
speaking,
Damn.
speaking of third world
That's
whites,
crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. And
Yeah,
I'm here
that's
for
wild.
it. That's
Is that
crazy.
Wait, is that the short form?
Yeah,
that
yeah.
we're talking about?
Yeah,
there we
alright,
go.
there you
That's
go.
gonna be
You got your
Turner's.
soundbite.
yeah.
Yeah.
Now hopefully that converts into people watching the long form, which
We'll
is a
see
lot
we-
harder than it sounds.
Yeah.
We might get some
But-
people to sign up from
For the Patreon.
from
Yeah,
Martinsville.
Let's do it.
Damn.
From Martinsville.
Yeah.
They're like third world.
Hey everybody, let's watch watch the new Old Heads and learn
That's-
about marketing today. It's
That's
gonna
your,
be
that's your
great.
Martinsville voice.
I love it. I love it. Put all that in there. I love it.